go. Call to order City Commission meeting Monday, December 14th at City Commission. Call to roll call.
Smith.
Here.
Clute.
Here.
Wright.
Here.
Robish.
Present.
Mayor Harrington.
Here. Join me in a pledge of allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, the City Commission adjourns to convene as a Board of Adjustment for the following public hearing. And with that, I will ask City Planner Barry Cranston to lead the talk.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. The applicants, Sherry and Doug Bjorky and Evelyn Reintz, I believe I said that right, have applied to add a second dwelling to an existing dwelling in an RO lot, or an RO residential or large lot residential area. And the joint planning commission did talk about this, and they had no issues with it. There's many instances throughout the town where there's generational housing like this, and in talking with the building inspector, the only thing is that he wanted to see a full set of plans be submitted prior to the approval of any building permit. But with that, the Joint Planning Commission did recommend approval. So we would recommend approval as well.
Okay. Thank you, Barry. I have a motion to approve.
Move to approve the variance request.
Commissioner Robish approved. Need a second on that motion?
Second.
Second by Doug Clute. At this time, we'll have open for discussions. Anybody got any questions on this topic?
I don't have any questions other than an observation of what the planner and inspector's comments were.
Okay.
That's to stay within the setbacks, et cetera.
Okay.
The lot itself, just for point of reference, the lot itself is about 7 acres, so there shouldn't be any issues with staying within the setbacks.
Any other discussion? Any discussion from the people in the audience that want to say anything on it?
No, we're just trying to go through proper channels to get this handled.
You're in the right spot. Okay, with that, no further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, the Board of Adjustment will reconvene as a City Commission. Public comments may be sent to the live meeting broadcast on the city's YouTube channel. The link is listed on the city's website at www.hursd.com/citygovernment. In order to use the YouTube chat feature, please create an account with your YouTube and Gmail or use your existing accounts. Please state your name and address for the record. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Tonight, our computer to answer any questions you may have is our HR Director, Nathan Holt. He'll let me know if there's any questions. So, also, with that, is there anybody here tonight for a public forum who would like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on. We have a couple adjustments to our amendments to our agenda. First of all, we'll go with we're going to add 6.6. It's going to be announcing police position openings. And we'll go with 8.4. We're going to change an address from Frank Avenue Southeast, Lot 1A, Lot 1B, to 570, 580, 24th Street. With that, those are the only additions or amendments to our agenda. Any questions on that? If not, roll call vote, please.
Need a motion.
I need a motion first. We have a motion.
Motion to approve the agenda with the amendments.
Amendments. Commissioner Smith, need a second? Second. Mr. Lowrich. Now, any discussion? None, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish. Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion, unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. 6.1, minutes of December 7th, 2020. 6.2, fuel quotes for city departments. 6.3, reappointment of La Soul to the Community Garden Committee for a 4-year term. 6.4, alcoholic beverage consumption in public area. Nafale Sadate for a birthday party, January 9th at Campus Center Pile Room. 6.5, payment of the bills. 6.6, I will read. 6.6, accept the resignation of Mark Bruggeman from the Police Department Sergeant position effective 12/30. Mark served with the Huron Department for 11 years. Accept the retirement of Dan Kite from the Police Captain position effective 12/26/2020. Dan served with the Huron PD for 16 years. Accept the reservation of Brian Reff from the Police Officer's position effective 12/25/20. Brian has served with Huron PD for 4 years. Recommend the posting and advertising of the Police Captain position effective 12/10/20. Recommend the posting and advertising of the Police Sergeant position 12/11/20. Recommending and issuing a civil service call advertising for police officer position 12/14/20. With that, I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Commissioner Robish moves to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any discussion?
I have something, Mayor.
Sure. Commissioner Robish.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank these fellows in the police department. I've had a chance to work with Captain Kite and Sergeant Bruggeman closer than I have with Officer Ruff, but I want to thank them both for their years of service. It's been great working with Mr. Bruggeman and Mr. Kite both. I've worked with them very close in a couple of different situations, and they've been both very professional and very good. And I wish them both of them the best, and Officer Rapp also. So there's some positions coming open, and there's some room in our Huron workforce here. So if anyone is interested, we have a good scholarship program, I'm going to call it. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but that's along that line anyway.
Incentive.
Yep, incentive, there you go. Okay. But thank you.
All right, thanks, Mark. I'm sure that the rest of the commission would also like to echo your thoughts on our police officers that have served the public well, and we appreciate them, and good luck to them. Any other comments? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish. Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Bid and quote items. 7.1, I say we have our city engineer here tonight, and he can come up and explain all these quotes and bids to us. 7.1.
Thank you, Mayor. This is consider awarding quote 2020-22, 2 police vehicles to Iverson Auto from the state bid. We've received quotes from Iverson Auto for 2 police cruisers, 2 police vehicles. They have agreed to match the state bid price, and The total amount is the total amount is $70,064 for both police cruisers. Each cruiser is $35,032, and we recommend award of this quote.
Okay, motion to approve.
I would move to approve 2020-22.
Commissioner Robish moved to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Bragg. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 7.2,
This would be considering awarding a quote for 2020-23, which is a 3/4 ton pickup for the solid waste department. We received a quote from Iverson Auto again for this 3/4 ton pickup, and they agreed to match the state bid also. Their bid amount is $30,734 is the price that they're matching. So we recommend awarding this quote to Iverson Auto.
need a motion?
Move approval.
Commissioner Clute, move approval. Need a second.
Second?
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any discussion?
Question,
Yes, Mr. Robish.
is that a Ford or a Dodge?
This particular vehicle is a Dodge.
Dodge.
No further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Clute. Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 7.3,
All right. We're wrapping up a lot of our jobs. Actually, tonight wraps up all of our jobs that we've had over the last year and some previous jobs that carried on. So this is consider payment request number 1 and final, which is the final request, in the amount of $74,752 for Lot Pros LLC for bid number 2020-02 asphalt concrete crack sealing. No change orders on this, and we would recommend award or payment of this pay request, approval of this pay request.
need a motion to approve?
Move approval.
Move
Second.
approval, Commissioner Bragg. Need a second?
Second?
Commissioner Robish. Any discussion on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 7.4, Brett.
Okay, and this would be our final project of the year that is closing out. And so, consider construction change order number 1, which is the final change order, for a net decrease of $4,665, and payment request number 2, which is the final payment request, in the amount of $67,452.50 for Radina Construction in their bid of 2020-16, the manhole spray lining project. So the change order here, it's a negative $4,665, basically adjusting quantities for materials that they didn't use. We had some extensive manhole repair in there in case they needed to, because when you get down in those manholes and start lining them, these are the worst manholes in the city that we're working through, from worst to best, right? So when sometimes the side will cave in, or you have issues where you'll have to really do a lot of extensive repair and patching with grout and mortar. So we put a little bit of that into the bid in case we need it, and we used some of that time, but we did not need all of the time that we had in there. So that was a deduct on that. And then we also pay by the lineal footage of what they actually lined. So there was a deduct for some quantity adjustment there. We recommend approval of this final change order and of the final pay request.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve?
Commissioner Smith, move to approve. Second.
Second.
Commissioner Robish, second. Any discussion on this matter?
How close are we getting to completing the manhole lining project? Or do you never finish that?
Yep. I believe there might have been a different school of thought at one time, but as we've experienced in the last years and stuff, I don't believe we'll ever, be done. We don't do a manhole lining project every year. We kind of space them out every other year. We kind of watch the manholes as they deteriorate. There a lot of things that cause deterioration in these concrete manholes would be like hydrogen sulfide, which is basically if your sewer sits stagnant long enough, biology starts breaking it down and releases hydrogen sulfide gas, and that really eats away at the concrete structure of the manhole. So moving forward, in areas that we know are difficult, we put in manholes that are already pre-lined. But otherwise, this is a way, rather than digging up a manhole and replacing it, we can go in and we can line the inside of it and salvage it to get some more life out of it, useful life out of that manhole. So,
Of course, we've done this a number of years that I've been on the commission, and so I would assume that the overall condition of our manholes isn't too bad. Is that a fair assessment based on?
overall, yes. There are some that show up surprisingly, and we actually did on this change order. We are on the work. We had some manholes that we adjusted because all of a sudden Rob Rieger, the water and wastewater superintendent, is out jetting lines, you know what I mean, and cleaning lines, and all of a sudden he finds a manhole that we didn't expect on the radar, because there's literally hundreds of manholes through the city. So to know the condition of every manhole, a lot of times you don't see that until you get there to do some work in that area or to jet it and clean it. So he would call and say, hey, this manhole is bad. We need to swap one or whatever that we were lining before maybe, or we need to get over here and get this one, and kind of change that priority ranking, if you will. So, but overall, the general condition is not, we need to keep doing this, but I mean, it's not dire, I guess. So.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Smith.
Aye.
Luke.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Rogers.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thank you, Brett. You know how much I like those decreases. Okay, petitions and communications. Doug Peets, would you like to come up and talk about 8-1, please?
Sure.
Doug Peets is head of our community campus.
We have a contract that I handed in for another entity in town that wants to have a office space into the Fine Arts Building. She will be into Suite 203, which is right down the hallway from where my office is. So it's a standard contract we've been using for all the different businesses that have rented office space in the building. City attorney has given us that contract to use.
Need a motion to approve?
Go ahead.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Smith, move to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Robish. Any questions for Doug? Yes, Commissioner.
How much space still is vacant, you know, for these types of rentals, or what's our?
There's 6 outside offices with windows that are a little bit larger than the interior. So all the outside office space are rented out. We do have one on the interior down the hall. Otherwise, there'd be 7 smaller interior offices still left available that I'd have to find more storage for if we start renting them out.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Luke.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Rogers.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Mayor.
8.2, call in public hearing to consider transferring malt beverage in South Dakota farm wine licenses.
Thank you, Mayor. This is actually just a corporation change, so nothing has changed with it, and we recommend approval.
I guess I should read the whole deal. Changing the license from Mark Stores LLC to Mark Stores 1903 Dakota Avenue South to IYS Venture LLC, 1 Mark Store 1903 Dakota Avenue South.
Move to approve?
Move to approve, need a second?
Second.
Commissioner Rovers, second. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 8.3, public hearing to consider transferring malt beverage and South Dakota farm wine license for Martha and Ranges of La Patrona from 101 3rd Street Southeast to 208 Dakota Avenue South. Paula, is there anything to add on that?
The fire and the building inspector, they have done their walkthroughs and they're good with it, and this really is a location change with the transfer. So we asked for approval on this, and no comments were received.
Motion to approve?
I move approve.
Motion by Commissioner Bragg, need a second?
Second?
Second by Commissioner Smith. Any discussion? Yes, sir.
I was just wondering if there's a date on this? Is there a startup date or?
During a transfer, they can operate, but I know that they're looking at opening soon, at a new location.
Good.
I thought I saw a ribbon cutting on the chamber
Oh,
coming up soon, so I
Yeah.
think it's pretty close.
okay,
They
good.
wanted to open this weekend, but I don't think that happened.
Seeing no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 8.4, City Attorney Tucker Vleski. Tucker, would you like to handle that?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. 8.4, it's consideration of a quitclaim deed to Greater Huron Development Corporation for 570 and 580 24th Street Southeast.
Need a motion on this one, please?
I move approval.
Motion approved by Commissioner Bragg. Need a second?
Second?
Second by Commissioner Smith. Any discussion on this topic?
Can we just get a little more background on what this is, really?
Sure, ask you, yes, Tucker?
Yeah, so this is just land that is currently being held by the city of Huron, looking to deed it over to Greater Huron Development Corporation. And from my understanding, it's for 2 lots.
Right. The lot is actually located at the corner of 24th Street and Frank, southeast. And it's in the Southtown Addition area down there. And the contractor, to my knowledge, is planning on building a duplex on it. It is platted as 1A and 1B essentially, and that's why you see the legal description written as it is in the agenda.
Answer good?
That's good.
Any more discussion?
What was happening out there?
Seeing no more discussion, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Bragg.
I'll abstain.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, 8.5, consider request to reduce the amount owed for nuisance assessment against 238 9th Street Southeast. Pauline, would you have something on this topic?
Yeah, in your packet, there's a letter from Mr. Reimer. He's asking to purchase a lot at the Beagle County Taxes. And we had assessments on there of $10,081.79. 50% of the assessments, the commission has given you the approval to go ahead and waive those. He would like more. So 75% off is a cost of $2,520.45, which he has agreed to. And the assessments on there are from 2016 all the way back to 2000. So I recommend approval to go ahead and accept that offer of $2,520.45. He's purchased it from the tax sale. He's planning on fencing it, and he's already been taking care of it, and it gets it back on our tax rolls.
Do I have a motion on this topic?
Move to approve?
Move to approve, Commissioner Smith. Need a second on this topic?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Bragg. Discussion? Any discussion?
Question?
Question, yes, Mr. Clerk.
Thanks. Pauline, so all of these assessments obviously were not as a result of Jim Reimer's
No, no.
involvement in.
Actually,
And so that's the first point, of course, to emphasize, but is this pretty par for the course we've done in the past for this kind of situation, 75%?
well, it's usually, depending on the property and how old the assessments are, it's usually just taken care of in the finance office. They'll take 25 or 50. We used to have an agreement with the county when they collected the nuisance assessments for us. The first year there'd be none, second year was 25%, third, as we went through, and eventually it got written off. Well, now the county has the tax deeds on these, and they sell them on the fifth year right away, and they don't collect for us. So the assessments still sit here in the finance office against the property. So, but this is what we have done. If it's anything over 50%, I bring it to you as the commission to make that decision.
Okay. Because obviously this is a precedent, so going forward, we'd want to be consistent.
Correct. Yep.
And you'll keep track of that
That's
for
what I'm
us.
trying to do.
Okay.
This is, sorry,
Good, Mr. Roach.
this is one of the properties that we took a house down, right?
It is, yes, there was
Through that
a,
other.
I understand, Chris, I did talk to Chris, and Chris Newman also agreed and recommended to do this as well. I think the people that own this property are deceased.
Yes.
And we
That's
ended up
correct.
with the property for maintenance, snow removal, and then, yes, the building was torn down
The
in
Reimers.
2000.
Yes, and the Reimers will make this look weird.
So
Mr.
just,
Bragg.
just for, again, for Doug's point to clarify, so what would happen in a case like this where somebody purchases the lot? If he didn't agree to this reduction, then he's responsible for 100% of it, or what would it, I mean, when somebody makes that purchase, are they
Yeah,
assuming
then-
that some of this is
So the
gonna be?
assessments go with the property. So yes, if he didn't agree, then we would set up a payment plan or something. What happens is when the county sells them at the tax deed sale, they do call us and ask what's out there for assessments, but we can't reduce them till that person owns it. Because they're not the owner of the property to ask.
So I guess this kind of action would be encouraging the public to invest in these kind of things, knowing that maybe they have some liens on there, but they can get some relief and then put some money back into this dilapidated or rundown property and get it up to, into the tax
Yep.
records and get
And
some
like I
tax
said,
revenue.
It's a really old, the tearing down the building is back from 2000, so it's been a long time.
And in that time, we've mowed and we've shoveled snow and
They've removed the
we're
tree.
responsible for that upkeep of that facility.
And I think recently, Mr. Reimer has been doing that, mowing and the snow removal.
Any other questions or discussion on this matter? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Vote.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
I,
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Ordinance and resolutions, 9.1. Tucker, would you handle that for us, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is the second reading of ordinance number 2218-18-78, building regulations, air conditioning, and refrigeration.
Motion?
Move to approve second reading.
Move to approve. Commissioner Smith, need a second on this?
second.
Second, Commissioner Robish. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Vote.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
I,
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 9.2, Tucker Valesky.
Thank you, Mayor. 9.2 is the second reading of ordinance number 2219-21-80, sewer rental fees and charges and wastewater regulations.
Motion, please.
Move approval of the ordinance.
Motion by Commissioner Clute to approve the motion. Second, please.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Bragg. Any discussion on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Vote.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Gurke?
Aye. With that, we now move into a work session on COVID-19.